All right, welcome back. Right now, the Great Wolf Lodge, Arizona opening is officially delayed because they say they can't find enough trained electricians to finish the construction work. But that might not be the complete story, though. Team 12's Matt Yurus spoke with the business manager of the local electricians union to sort out the claims.
Dean Wine, the business manager and financial secretary for International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, says more and more electricians are coming through to be assigned to projects each day, to the tune of 60 people a month and 700 in the past 2 years. Yet, that's still not enough supply to keep up with demand.
As simply as I can put it, there is just a ton of work going on everywhere in the valley right now. There's billions of dollars worth of electrical projects.
An indoor water park, family adventure areas are all things you will be able to experience at the new Great Wolf Lodge in Scottsdale. While the 85,000 square foot facility is not a union job, Wine says the electrical work for that space is not considered a big project.
It's really a workers' market right now, so everybody's scrambling for manpower, and that's probably the cause of this.
Pay can also be a reason. Wine says the hourly wage for electricians here falls short of some of the competition. This, he says, sends traveling electricians to nearby states. Plus, more kids have been choosing college over technical schools.
We've been focusing on reaching out to the schools, high schools, even junior high, to let kids know that there's another career path. When they go to our apprenticeship, they go through 4 years of school, but they'll make about $160,000, $170,000 while they're going to school.
One thing Dean says is sure to bring even more electricians through the door in the coming months is the changing weather. He says it's a real draw to the valley. Matt Yurus, 12 News.